Hello, and welcome to another episode of Old Spiral Podcast.
Number 50.
Number 50.
A short one, but a good one.
That's right. When it's you and me, sometimes keeping it short's the way to go.
Tend to get off track.
It's going to happen. It's happened before. So you may have noticed a few irregularities in the last couple weeks with our episodes. I would like to apologize for that. And to say that really, ultimately, it's good news. I have a new baby girl. Woohoo. So I don't know if I can't remember if we missed a week or they've just been popping up sporadically the last couple weeks. I can't remember. I'm actually fairly tired.
Well, you have a good excuse.
I do. She's cute, healthy bundle of joy. Emerson Jane Grimm.
Yeah, she is a cute little kid, and I have not got to meet her yet, but maybe today.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Rachel's met her several times, and she's quite obsessed.
Yeah.
As she tends to be with your children.
Well, they're cute kids. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how. I mean, my wife, obviously, I had nothing to do with it. So, yeah, we like Rachel. I'm sorry. I was, maybe having kids sparks something in women sometimes, and this is a very broad, generalized statement. So I'm sorry if...
Careful.
Yeah. I'm sorry if our having a child has been putting any ideas into Rachel's head that you got... Maybe I'm not sorry. Maybe it's about time there, Drew.
Whoa. Pump the
I'm going to pump the brakes and change the subject.
In other news... Obviously, congratulations, Brian, and all of our fans, I'm sure, are now saying congratulations as well. Yeah. We're all very happy for you and Caitlin and your family. That's great news.
Yeah, but it's been a couple weeks, things have calmed down, and so we will be back on track with future episodes.
We will, and we've been having a little bit of fun here lately. We got to go do something pretty cool that only our Patreon subscribers will be able to check out. What did we go do, Brian?
Oh, we went on a ghost hunt.
A for real ghost hunt.
A for real ghost hunt. And I've been, I brought the microphones. Of course, it was with previous episode Halloween style people / the surrounding Lewiston area spirit hunters. And they were as nice as always and invited us along. And I had a great time. And I was more than once a little spooked. And I got the goosebumps at least 2 or 3 times.
The goose burps.
All the above.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience. We're not going to give away too much here because we want you to go check that out, obviously. And if you haven't subscribed to Patreon, go check us out. It's patreon.com/oldspiralpodcast.
As little as $1 a month gets you this premium episode. I've been slacking a little bit, but again, new child, I want to throw some more background music that I make for the podcast up there, so there's extra content there.
Nice.
And the more Patreon subscribers we get, the more Old Spiral Podcast merch we will be able to give out to said subscribers.
Yeah, and the better we can make the show ultimately.
And the earlier you sign up, the more inclined I'm going to be to send you some sweet stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's called bribery. I have 2 kids.
2. As of recently. The second one. The second coming.
Yeah, I finally got more than 5 hours of sleep in a stretch this last weekend.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So.
The ghost hunt. Drew, what did you take away from the ghost hunt?
Still not totally sold on ghosts.
Okay.
If you listen to the episode, you will hear about some details.
Yeah.
In which there were some kind of crazy things.
I saw. Look, nothing's conclusive that we saw. I mean, I didn't see anything float past me.
No.
But going back and listening to the microphone recordings, there's a couple things where it's I don't know what that is, and that sounds funny. Could it be a creaky building? Sure. But it doesn't really sound like it. Well,
and it's also, things that creak often tend to indicate that there's people in it often, which in this case, there absolutely is not people in this space often at all. It was covered in dust and cobwebs, like
Yeah.
a creepy old haunted place would be in your mind.
And some things are not creeks. They're, what the heck is that?
And there's one particular event that happened that was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's not on audio. That's something we saw, and it, again, nothing floated by us, but subscribe to Patreon. If you're a Patreon subscriber, head over there this weekend. I'll have it all set up by this weekend. I'll post it on Facebook so you know when it's up, and then you can know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, not totally sold on ghosts, but it was a fun experience. It was taken totally seriously.
Oh yeah, we weren't joking around.
It was like, I'm not going to say that they're using like a basic scientific method, but pretty close to it, as close as you can get to it with ghosts.
Sure.
They had their little methods and procedures, and it was very professional. It was a fun thing to be a part of for sure.
It really was.
And I hope we get to do it again soon.
And before you say, of course it sounded like footsteps, it's a microphone, you're walking around. Well, I kept notes of like where we were and when we were moving and when we weren't. So we do keep track. It's not like we're just willy-nilly about the whole thing.
Yep. And we got to learn a little history about the space and downtown Lewiston in general.
That's something about ghost hunting people don't take into consideration is, yeah, of course, we're going to see about, let's figure out things that we can't explain or try to find things we can't explain, but you do get that history aspect, and that's really cool.
Absolutely. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Also coming out soon, with our regular scheduled episodes.
Back to it.
We've got an episode coming out with Caitlin Moody, the manager of both locations of Ampersand.
Yep, that should be out on Sunday.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. That was a great episode. Caitlin was a lot of fun to talk about, very knowledgeable about oil and vinegar and cooking, and I had a lot of fun doing that episode as well.
Yeah, she was very nice, very knowledgeable. And if you haven't checked out Ampersand in Lewiston or Moscow, if you're listening from up there, go check out Ampersand. And I think that, do some tasting, try different stuff, get a group together and go have fun.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all we got for you this week. Just a little update on where we've been and what we've been up to. And a apology for not being as consistent and just saying we're back on track. Thanks for listening to Old Spiral Podcast. Tell your friends. We really appreciate it. We've been getting good feedback, and it means a lot to us that we get to have this thing that we like to do and celebrate our valley.
Yeah, and it's really starting to snowball. I've had a couple instances, and I know you have as well, where people have said, "Oh, hey, you're the guy from that show." Yeah,
it's strange.
And so that's an indicator, obviously, that the show is growing because you all are talking about it, which is great, and it means that we're doing something right. So, again, thanks for listening to the show, and check us out on Patreon if you want to support us, and check out our spooky episode.
Absolutely. So if you haven't already, find us on Facebook, Old Spiral Podcast, Instagram, the same. Comment on our stuff. If you have any ideas for the show, hear anything you like that you want us to do more or don't like and want us to do less, go ahead and send us an email at oldspiralpodcast@gmail.com. I know there's a couple emails that I've been meaning to get back to and connections from there that will show up on the show. So definitely send us an email and interact with us. I really enjoy that.
Cool. Well, I think that's going to do it for us.
Have a good week, everybody. We'll be back on Sunday.
This ends episode 50.
Episode 50. I can't believe it. Did we mention that already at the beginning?
We did.
I think that was the first thing we said. 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Feels like yesterday. This episode of the show is brought to you by our Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much to all of you for supporting the show. If you would like to become a Patreon subscriber, head over to patreon.com/oldspiralpodcast. That's going to do it for this week, but the shows are not over. Get caught up on the backlog of episodes if you haven't already, and thanks for listening.